All right. Hello, everyone, and welcome. Happy Tuesday, and thank you for joining us for this community meeting. As you probably already know, if you looked at the agenda, we don't have a ton on here for today, so we might wrap up early. That is kind of just going to depend on how into things we get. So without further ado, the agenda, like I said, pretty brief today. First, just going to start us off with some general updates. Then we'll talk through a couple of discussion board topics I'd like to highlight and just generally draw attention to that. And then we've got probably quite a bit of time for some Q&A. So typically our general updates would include everything about our latest release, but I think this is the first community meeting we've had since we switched to our quarterly cadence and didn't have a release come out recently. So we have no release updates. Instead, our updates here are talking about the different consumers of PatternFly that we now have updated to using PatternFly 5. This is not a comprehensive list by any means, just a handful of the projects that we wanted to make sure that we shouted out. As you can see, I just ran out of space with how many bullets I could fit on this page. Otherwise, there would have been a lot more. So thank you to everyone that has worked on any of these projects. It's really awesome to see, just speaking as a developer that was working on PatternFly 5. So yes, thank you. Hope to see many more slides that are excessively cluttered with bullet points in the future. So now on to the kind of discussion board, which I'm probably going to switch my screen share to just being the actual tab here. And I'm also going to take just a second to say that I wish Meet had a just swap window feature instead of needing to stop a share and then start a new one. But alas, we don't live in that world. All right, so for anyone who isn't familiar, I'll go ahead and send this link in the chat. And also I'll be sending this slide deck out after this meeting with links to everything that is a link, like the last page, all of those were links to the repos if you're curious about any of those. But yeah, this is our discussion board, and specifically it's filtered on the feature requests portion of that. This is on our GitHub, and it's kind of the primary place where we're kind of directing and going to be focusing on feature request discussion, as kind of the name for all of that probably implied. Right now, we don't have a ton of activity on it, and that is what I'm hoping to rectify with bringing it to this meeting. So just like general notes on it. If you have a feature request that you'd like the PatternFly team to discuss, or just other consumers of PatternFly to discuss, potential consumers of PatternFly to discuss, this is probably the best place to put it. So to just grab and draw attention to one item here, this was a request for a circular progress indicator that was brought up by Garrett on our Slack channel. We would love to know if anyone else is in favor of having something like this, if this is something that we should take, at least to the next step of having designs done. If other people have ideas for that, let us know. Let us know what it is that you're wanting, what it is that you think. If you like it, all that information, super helpful. So with that said, does anyone have any thoughts about this at the moment?
That's the previous version that you're linking to. We also made one where it has like a donut shape. I thought I shared the link to the donut one, the more recent one.
You might have. We might just need to update this post.
We would use it in two places within Cockpit. Well, two types of places. One of them is to have a compact way of showing progress. So like uploading a file, and then we would have that as the status area. Another is in place of spinners for buttons when something takes a few seconds. So right now we just have a spinner that just spins. And then with this, using the same widget, we can have like something that looks like a spinner, but instead of just like spinning constantly, it would actually fill up and then be handled, just like a button that just sits there for a little while waiting on a process at the moment. Just get better feedback that way.
Do you remember which?
Garrett, it would be great if. I was just going to say, Garrett, it would be great if you have screenshots, if you want to add that to the thread, just for some more context. It might spark some more ideas with people.
Sure, I thought I did, but I guess that was in Slack and not this one. But yeah, sure.
All right. Thank you, Garrett. Does anyone have any other thoughts about that? Oh, is that the new code pen?
Yeah, I figured, I should try to find it and share it immediately. I can update the post in a few minutes. That still looks like the old one.
That's what I was thinking.
Okay, well, I know I tested the original one on all browsers, and on this one I thought I did as well, but I don't see the hollowed out center in Chrome here locally at the moment. So either something changed in Chrome immediately, or maybe in the process of updating it, I might have done something with the clip mask support that made it not work in Chrome. Apologies, but pretty sure I had it working fully in Chrome as well with the donut shape. So yeah, that would be why it looks like the older version and not the newer one.
It could also be a code sandbox thing. We've had some kind of weirdness with them in the past.
Yeah, definitely true.
Does anyone else have any particular items here that they'd like to draw attention to? All right. Well, if not, then I'll belabor the point. But again, would just really love to get a lot of community activity on this page, helping to help us drive PatternFly to be adding the features that you all, as the people using it, want. And now on to the Q&A. We usually have a office hours meeting around the same time as this, which we typically hold all Q&A questions at. That one was canceled because of a kind of conflict with a US holiday that meant the vast majority of the PatternFly team was out. So wanted to reserve the space here for people to just, ask PatternFly anything. All right. Well, if there's no questions, that's fine too. Give one last beat. No? Okay. Well, then that pretty much wraps up our community meeting for this beautiful kind of chilly North Carolina November community meeting. Thanks all for your time. I'll go ahead and stop the recording now.